Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, Patsun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/relationship advice, where OP is getting set up for a paternity fraud. Let's begin. Friends with Benefits claims to be pregnant with my baby, but refuses to take prenatal paternity tests, so I refuse to be involved. Posted by Reddit user Physical Valuable.
I have been seeing a woman for the past 3 months. Our relationship is purely physical with no strings attached from the beginning. And we saw each other about once a week during this period. She claimed to be on birth control, but I still wore a condom that I brought myself every single time. She just contacted me saying that she is 9 weeks pregnant and claims that I'm the father because I'm the only person she has slept with in the past year. I told her that I'm going to take my responsibility and help regardless of whether she chooses to terminate the pregnancy or not. If she chooses to keep it, I'm setting myself to be the best father I can. The only condition I had was that we take a prenatal paternity test, which can be taken as early as 10 weeks into a pregnancy, so I have proof that this is indeed my child. She told me that we don't need one because she is sure that it is mine. I said that I still want physical proof myself to be 100% sure. This got her riled up, and she kept telling me that it is mine and we don't need any sort of test to prove it. I told her that I need proof of paternity, otherwise I'm not going to help out financially during the pregnancy until the baby is born and I am able to get a paternity test. She keeps saying that we don't need one and that I need to trust her. I kept repeating that I need proof of some sort so I can be sure myself. This has now been going on for a few days and we can't seem to come to an agreement. How do we proceed from here on out?
OP, the best thing you can do right now is to get legal advice. If the kid is yours, then you'll have to figure out custody and child support, so you'll get a lawyer anyways. So why not do it now? Might as well get one so you can establish paternity, or challenge it if she puts you down as the father before a paternity test. Her refusal of any kind of test and just insisting that you trust her? It's a huge red flag, man. I'd stay away from her as far away as possible. If she refuses the prenatal paternity test, then wait until the baby is born. And if she wants to take you to court, then you can insist on a paternity test then. But if I were you, I wouldn't get involved with her and the pregnancy at all until I know for an absolute fact that I am indeed that child's father. Also, OP, I highly suggest that you get tested for STDs because based on her reactions, I'm pretty sure she's been fucking a lot of people. Good luck. And now for today's second story. What is the best way to separate from someone who is completely financially dependent on you? Posted by Reddit user Feel the Rhythm. Okay, before we even begin the story, I will answer your question right now, OP. I don't know about you guys, but maybe it's just because I'm Asian, but for me, it's sink or swim. That's the way.
This is the way.
When we got married, my husband insisted against my wishes that we have separate finances. He wanted to spend his money how he wanted. He wanted to work on a passion project, and he had enough saved to support himself. He didn't want to be saddled with my student debt. I was in my last year of my PhD. Fast forward 5 years later, he's working on his passion project, but he ran out of money a while ago. He currently owes me about $30K. I bought us a nice house that he wanted. Mortgage in my name only since he isn't officially working. Title in both of our names. I make good money so I can afford the house and our living expenses, but I wasn't planning on affording it alone. He always told me when his money ran out he would have to get a job, but he hasn't and hasn't made a real effort. I cannot afford an apartment in addition to the rest of our expenses. The rest of this is just a rant. He's a software developer, but he isn't trying to get a job. He has talked to one recruiter in the last 6 months. He is asking for a salary that is too high because he thinks he should be paid on the same scale as me, even though he never made that much when he was working previously. And now he has a 5-year gap on his resume. He does half of the housework. He doesn't do anything beyond that. He doesn't like that because I work long hours. Sometimes chores that are important to him don't get split 50/50. He does not do any chores that are not important to him. Vacuuming, mopping, replacing the toilet paper on the holder, dusting, organizing the garage, washing kitchen towels, ironing new curtains, etc. This morning he told me we need to come up with a division of labor for checking the mail. We don't have kids. Him helping out around the house a bit when I have a long week is not a big task. Earlier this year, before my company review, at the time I didn't know how it would go, but I actually got promoted. I told him I was concerned because the project I'd been working on didn't have any visible results yet, and he told me that it wasn't fair to him that he had to worry about me losing my job. I'm so angry with him because of the entitlement. I want to separate, but I don't have extra money to pay for another set of living expenses.
OP, sell your house. Or ask him to move out. He's not contributing to the mortgage anyways, not to mention the bills. You don't have to rent an apartment for him to move into. Just like what I said in the very beginning of this story, let him sink or swim on his own. This was his choice, his mistake, his responsibility alone to make it right. Unfortunately, OP, you probably won't get that $30,000 back. I'm sorry. But I'm wondering about one thing. I'm wondering why you keep talking about separating, not divorcing. But I guess that is your choice to make. But just in case, OP, talk to a divorce attorney about your options and the specific laws about your country before doing anything else. Our final story is from r/true off my chest. My girlfriend of 3 years doesn't know that I know she's cheating, but she's about to. Posted by Reddit user Throwaway235939.
I have been dating my girlfriend for 3 years. I grew up in a really small town, so finding other women who liked women wasn't easy. We met at my college orientation because she was one of the group leaders showing us around. I saw her more and more as the weeks passed because we ate at similar times and we eventually became friends. She always assumed I was straight because I have a very feminine style. I'm sure others can relate to this misconception, but being friends didn't last very long when we found out we both liked women. The last 3 years have been great, or at least I thought they were. About 2 months ago, she started getting really cagey around her phone, which was a red flag to me. Before that, we were both open with our phones and frequently went on them for directions, to look things up, or text our friends if our phone died. 2 weeks ago, I went through her phone when she was showering. Yes, I know, invasion of privacy. It wasn't hard to find what I was looking for, but what angered me the most is that besides her cheating, she was making fun of me with the other girl. Both of them making remarks that looking like a bimbo would only get me so far. Which is funny considering she constantly talks to me about how she loves my over-the-top femininity. I was honestly ready to explode right there, but instead I took screenshots of their flirtatious text messages and sent them to myself. Both of them are part of an internship that, at least from my girlfriend's side, she's been working years to get into, in hopes of getting offered a full contract when her schooling is done. As most internships or even jobs are, relationships are strictly prohibited amongst coworkers and results in termination. So the head of the program will be getting a very exciting email very soon. I also know her schedule like the back of my hand, so my friends and me are going to take back all the stuff I bought for her and leave a box of the few things she bought me with a print of the messages taped on top. Maybe not the coldest revenge in the world, but I hope she has fun sleeping in a bed with no sheets or a duvet. Also, have fun scrambling to buy the very expensive textbooks I bought for you right before finals begin. Edit. Some of the comments are having me rethink sending stuff to her boss. It won't ruin her career, but perhaps it's too far. However, I do feel a lack of sympathy because of how the two of them talked about me. If I do decide against it, I'm going to find something equally petty that doesn't involve her career. Most of the texts were spent brutally slut-shaming me and calling me a bimbo because of my appearance. The other girl going as far as asking my ex for special photos of me to see if I looked as plastic as she thinks I do. Whatever that means. I haven't decided yet. All I know is I'm getting ready to go party with my friends. Small update. I just took all of my stuff with my friends and left all of the items she got me in the box with the printouts of the text messages. I'm about to call her mom, who loves me very much, and tell her everything. I'll probably update later on how that went. She probably won't find the box for a few hours since she usually doesn't get home till around 5. Also, for those who are curious, no, I'm not gonna take those textbooks back and just dump them. I'm gonna sell them and donate the money to homeless and animal shelters. I'm also gonna give the sheets and duvet to a homeless person.
Okay. So let me get this straight. She's a woman who likes other women, but makes fun of other women who acts too much like women with other women. Did I just get that right? What? Let's just move on to OP's update, shall we? Some people, really.
Hi all. I appreciate all the kind words you've all left me. It definitely made this whole thing feel a lot less lonely. I'm finally in a space where I feel like I can update. So as many of you know, I went through with taking all of my stuff back and leaving the things she got me with printouts of all the messages between them. I also ended up dumping a ton of glitter on her naked mattress and basically the whole place. I also called her mother, who I was very close with, and to say she was angry was an understatement. I left her number unblocked because I wanted to see her reaction if she had any at all. As expected, she had a total meltdown. She texted me 84 times begging me to come back to talk, apologizing and saying she didn't mean it and was just trying to make the other girl feel less insecure. I was the most beautiful woman she's ever met, and she didn't want to lose me, saying she loved me blah blah blah. It was honestly pathetic. She also called me a ton of times but I didn't answer. I haven't listened to the voicemails either. She also thought it was a great idea to wait for me outside of my 8 a.m. class with flowers, and I told her if she did it again, I'd contact the university for harassment. I've been staying with my friend and it's honestly been a lot better than I expected. I've been partying a lot over the weekend with my friends. Now, after posting my original post, I received a flood of comments which made me reconsider, and I had a hard time deciding if I wanted to email her internship. To make it short for the people who don't care that much, I did end up emailing the head of the program. Not because she cheated on me, but because the both of them were sending my nude photos between the two of them. I'm still deciding if I want to take legal action on a personal level. But with their line of work, I don't think their behavior is appropriate. Especially because the other woman's hateful nature towards specific types of women she deems worthless. I emailed the head of the program the extent of the issue, and however he decides to handle it is his choice.
Non-consensual distribution of intimate images is something you should definitely be looking into. I know it might seem a lot of legwork, but if you're looking to stick it to the other girl just as well, then it's definitely an option. I'm not sure where you're exactly located, but in my country, that is definitely illegal and will definitely get you some jail time. So please, OP, please consider doing it. And if you ever do, please post an update. Also, OP, one last piece of advice. Lay off the party girl type of lifestyle. Trust your friendly neighborhood creepy Uncle PattSun. You will thank me later. Good luck. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my YouTube channel for you to watch absolutely free. So consider clicking that super thanks just below the video title, or you can use my PayPal in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.